ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا کور دا د باتورانو.
In the name of Almighty Allah, good evening and welcome to this hour's news. This is Suleiman Talash. Rafaela Yuduchi, the former European Union representative in Kabul, who met with Sheikh Mohammed Abbas Tanakzeh, the political deputy of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, announced the appointment of Boskovich Pohar Varnika as the new charge d'affaires of European Union in Kabul. In this meeting, Ms. Yuduchi said that she will first travel to Doha in order to participate in consecutive meetings with the embassies of countries about Afghanistan, and then will hold a meeting with European Union officials about Afghanistan and Brussels. Mr. Tanakzeh thanked the European Union for its assistance to Afghanistan in various fields and assured it of all kinds of cooperation. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Kazakhstan announced in a statement that it has accepted the credential of a charge d'affaires of the Islamic Emirate. In this meeting, it is stated that Abik Bakayev, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Kazakhstan, said in a meeting with Mr. Rahmani that this measure will lead to further development of commercial, economic, and humanitarian relations between the two countries. The political deputy of the Prime Minister met with Sheikh Mohammed Ismail, the teacher of Kabul Jihadi Madrasa, the leaders of the Madrasa of Logar province, and a number of teachers in Sapedar Palace. In this meeting, the scholars said that strengthening the Islamic Sharia government was the wish of all scholars and Afghans, and added that in the previous administration, madrasas and scholars were considered as enemies. They said that scholars and seminarians stand with the Islamic Emirate and are ready to cooperate. They also shared the problems of madrasas in Logar with the political deputy of the Prime Minister. Maulavi Abdul Kabir, the political deputy of the Prime Minister, said that scholars and seminarians have the sacred duty of showing the way of Almighty Allah, and the Islamic Emirate values them, and assured that serious attention will be paid to the problems of madrasas and will be strengthened. Murdif al-Qashuti, advisor of the Qatar embassy in Kabul, in a meeting with Sheikh Mohammed Abbas Tanakzeh, the political deputy of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, said that his country wants to play a construction role in strengthening and popularizing the education and health sectors in Afghanistan. Mr. al-Qashuti said, Qatar has enough experience in development of post-conflict countries and wants to speed up its efforts in aid and bilateral cooperation with related institutions of the Islamic Emirate. During this visit, Mr. Tanakzeh praised Qatar's assistance to Afghanistan and emphasized on further strengthening bilateral political and economic relations between the two countries. Mullah Khairullah Khairkhwa, the Minister of Information and Culture, met with Murdif al-Qashuti, the advisor of the Qatar embassy, in his office. Murdif al-Qashuti, the advisor of Embassy of Qatar, expressed his satisfaction with the progress made in various parts of the government, besides mentioning the overall security and peace in Afghanistan, and added that the Islamic Emirate has made a lot of progress in a short period of time. In this meeting, Mullah Khairullah Khairkhwa, Minister of Information and Culture, said that the developments of the Islamic Emirate should be shared with the world so that the world can see the real picture of Afghanistan. Mullah Khairullah Khairkhwa asked Qatar to cooperate in organizing exhibitions for Afghanistan historical monuments and provide training seminars to Afghan youth. Maulavi Fazl Muhammad Haqqani, ambassador of the Islamic Emirate in Tehran, met with a number of Afghan students living in Iran yesterday. In this visit, there was a discussion about the identity verification program, obtaining electronic ID cards, or giving a certificate for students to travel to support paper ID cards. Afghan students shared their problems with the ambassador of the Islamic Emirate. Mr. Haqqani has promised that he will take concrete steps to solve their problems. It has been decided that special registration of Afghan students will be started soon to obtain a level certificate from the Embassy of the Islamic Emirate in Tehran. The work of 45 kilometers of second-grade road was started by the Department of Public Works of Ghor province at the cost of nearly 5 million AFs on the way from Dulina to Pasaban districts of this province. Officials in Ghor Public Department say that the work of this road is supposed to be completed and put into use within next 3 months. More details in report.
According to the Direction of Public Works of Ghor, the construction of 45 kilometers of second-grade route on the way from Dulina to Pasaban district of this province has started at cost of nearly 5 million Afghanis with the financial support of the Provincial Emergency Committee, and it will be completed and put into operation in the next 3 months.
The road that leads from two lines of Mira Qasaman and Tebra is worked by public utility vehicles. The length of this road is 45 to 50 kilometers, and its work is going on. If this project was done by personal machines, it would cost approximately 200,000 to 250,000 Afghanis. Now, Alhamdulillah, the entire project, using the machinery of the Public Works Department, costs 40,000 to 50,000 Afghanis.
The resident of Ghor province also praised the efforts of the official of the local administration, especially the Department of Public Works of this province, for the construction and repairing of the roads destroyed after the floods of the current year.
We are really pleased with the efforts of Public Works and happy that after the floods, the roads were opened being used. We are so happy with a new road, which is 45 kilometers long. We are happy about the roads and highways that have been worked for. We're satisfied with the work done. We want the works not to stop and increase so that people can easily go to cities and the districts.
The devastating floods of this year in Ghor province caused many roads and communication routes to be destroyed and blocked for the residents of this province. But due to the efforts of the Public Works Department of Ghor, many of these roads and transportation routes have been reconstructed and reopened until now.
201 Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu Corps, Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu anhu 3rd Brigade has provided emergency assistance to hundreds of flood-affected families in Nangarhar. Taking advantage of the available facilities, the battalions and personnel of this brigade rescued hundreds of families trapped in floods in different areas of Kogiani district, Sarod district, and different areas of Jalalabad city, and moved them to safe places. And the final one is that for the first time, the 3G services of the Afghan Wireless Communication Network in Logar, Sark, and Baraki Barak districts were launched under the guidance of the Ministry of Communication Information Technology in coordination with the Department of Communication of this province. Meanwhile, the residents of this area say that they were facing server problems before, but then after the activation of the communication networks, their problems will be reduced. More details in report.
Under the guidance of the Ministry of Communications and Information Technology and the coordination of the Logar Communications Department, 20 sites for Afghan wireless network were activated in Charkh and Baraki Barak district of the province. At the same time, the Deputy Governor of Logar says that the officials of the Islamic Emirate are making quick efforts to provide facilities to the citizens, and the activation of the telecommunication networks in this area today is a good example of it.
Whatever is in our power and we can, God willing, all homes will have the facilities they need.
In addition, the officials of the Ministry of Communications and Information Technology of the country say that this ministry has been able to provide telecommunication services to remote areas of the country, and beside this, work has been done on quality and 450 sites have been activated in order to solve the problems of citizens. Before the Islamic Emirate took power, there were communication problems in 31 provinces, which have now been resolved to some extent.
3G services have been started in Baraki Barak district, as well as 3G services in Char district, which until now, this area was deprived of these facilities. There were no services here, and today, thanks God, services were provided here. In 1402, ATRO administration managed to announce 450 communication antennas. This process have now started all over the country, especially in the areas where there were no services.
The residents of the area say that before this, they were facing many problems when they used to contact their relatives and they had to climb the mountain with great difficulty. By now, this problem has been solved.
We used to climb the hill, and we used to climb the hill to call someone.
We used to go to the valley because there was no signal at home. Now, Alhamdulillah, it's very easy with the antenna base. It's worth mentioning that after the Islamic Emirate took power, the problems of communication networks in the country have been solved.
Our This Time news package is ending in here. Thank you so much for watching.